The January transfer is underway. We just had a 10-game non-losing streak come to a crashing halt. And we've sold a couple players that, while I wasn't expecting to sell, I'm not too upset they're gone. However, on the other hand, I may have overcompensated in replacing them. My name's FM20, and it's time to get Réal. Well, if you go back to our Europa League game against Young Boys, we won, or did not lose, 10 games in a row. And then Celta Vigo stomped us 3-0. Last episode was AZ and CA Osasuna. Our first round Copa del Rey match was against Athletic Carbonero, and we absolutely thrashed them. 5-2. Andrich a first-minute goal, Fontaine a fifth-minute goal, Matasevic a goal, Kovac a goal, St-Jair a goal. They got a goal in the 93rd minute to kind of make the score look close, but you could tell we were just a better team than they were. Against Sevilla, this was a good game. 3-0. Yusuf Adel had an own goal in the second minute, and they never really kind of recovered from that. Helio had a goal in the 39th minute. Andrich had a goal in the 43rd minute. If I go to the match stats, they had 20 shots in total. 7 of them were in the second half. After they were down 3-0, they just essentially shut up shop and said, okay, this victory is yours. Against Sestao River, we absolutely thrashed them 7-0. Helio a brace of goals. Charles Ely Mathis, a hat-trick's worth of goals. Lemaitre a goal. Fontaine a goal. It was 1-2. We had goals in the 5th, 6th, and 7th minutes. I was literally one of those, I was sitting there waiting for the game to like die or reboot or something to happen, because you just don't see that happen all that often. And usually when it does, it's happening to me. I'm not doing it to another team. 31 shots, 16 on target, slight possession advantage. But, I mean, we were, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0 up the half. You know, and the Fontaine goal, I don't even think he was really trying to score. Against Getafe, we beat them 2-0, thanks to a brace of Helio goals. Elliot Fontaine got sent off in the 48th minute on a straight red. We got lucky. That's when we really clamped down. Helio scored in the second half to put us ahead. For some reason, even though we were a man down, Getafe still stayed back, and we focused a lot on the wings. They focused a lot on the wings too. After the second half, I told Mahmoud and Nunez to stay back, and they started to. But Osasuna just could not put anything together. Or Getafe, rather, could not put anything together. They had 13 shots, 7 on target. We had 11 and 8. And we did just enough to see us through. And then it all came crashing to a halt against Celta Vigo. As you can see, we had a lot of games in a short amount of time. The 3rd, the 10th, the 14th, and the 17th. This was not exactly a rotated side, but it was a tired side. And it showed. Abel Ruiz, a hat-trick's worth of goals in the second half. After he scored the first one, the guys just kind of slowed down. After he scored the second one, they pretty much gave up. And my goal, once they were up 2-0, was to get out of the game without an injury. And we did that. The transfer window is still open. We have about 10 days left. We have had a few players leave. Jose Gregera left for Brescia for €825,000. Thomas Nedeluca came to me and demanded more playing time. I said, look, you know, Van Poppel has replaced you as first-team goalie. I'm willing to start you in cup games. He pitched a fit and said no. I said, okay, I'll move you on. He went to Granada for €140,000. We brought him in for 66, so we kind of doubled our money. He had the one season with us. It wasn't the best season, 36 games. He allowed 63 goals. He had a 6.93 rating, but he showed me that he just wasn't a La Liga goalie. And then Luis Javier Aliaga went to Intercity on loan on the ends because Nedeluca left. And I looked around, I realized I have, as I'm reseating myself here, I have no quality backup keepers. I mean, Nedeluca I was willing to start if Papa got injured. So I went out and asked my GM, Juan Jesus Flores, was available on a free star and a half current ability, 3-star potential ability. I mean, if we compare him to Van Berkel, why do I keep saying Van Poppel? I need an emergency backup. He's here on a free, he's here on an emergency backup contract, and he's happy with that. If all he sees is B team football, I'm okay with that, and something tells me he is too. Laszlo Seferovic, I've had my eye on for a while, and FK Sarajevo made him available. He's 2-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, but I also think this is one of those cases where he's probably more 4.5, possibly 5-star potential ability. 17 years old. I saw him last year when I did my my youth team searching and stuff like that, and Sarajevo didn't let him come on trial, but I had him scouted because he showed up on the list. He graded out okay, low 60s, but then again, he was 16 years old. Again, if we compare him to Van Berkel, I mean, he's already better. Well, eccentricity is probably not something you would brag about being higher in. But as you can see, he's his equal already in distribution, shot stopping, and mental abilities. Communication isn't too far off. Neither is the aerial. It's the physical and speed where he's behind Van Berkel, and he's going to make that up because he's 5 years younger. So, I mean, the plan is Van Berkel will play another year or two, and then Seferovic will step up and take over the first team keeper spot. And if he doesn't, Jasper Schindelar is there to pick up the slack. I saw this guy on the AZ roster. He was available. 2-star current ability, 2.5-star potential ability. He's my backup keeper. If Van Berkel goes out, he is more than capable of playing a game or 3. I don't know that I would rely on him for a season. He's kind of bounced back and forth. He had one really good season for young AZ. 23 games played, 17 goals allowed, 10 shutouts, 7 players in the match awards for 7.22. Young AZ is essentially their B squad. And he came to us for 140,000 euros. What we sold Nedalika for, we used to get him. And I'm okay with that. So the transfer window is still open. There's still a couple players who are probably going to be moving, but we won't talk about that until it happens. Today, we are playing, as I'm clicking the wrong things all over again. Good grief, 400 episodes. I still don't know where everything is. CD Tenerife and our Copa del Rey third round match. And Tenerife is a League 2 team, a La Liga Smart Bank team, La Liga 2, but they've got some quality players. I'm expecting a battle. And plus, we're coming off a brutal schedule, so some of my best players I'm not starting. They're on the bench, but I'm not starting them. So that said, I'm going to set my best available 11, check the reserves, and we're going to be back with our Copa del Rey third round match against CD Tenerife in just a bit. We are playing our 4-2-4. Van Berkel in goal, Sirac, Lukeba, Diagne, and Nunez as the defensive back 4. Mohamed did something to his groin muscle. He's out the next 3 to 5 weeks. Fontaine and Kortnovas are the midfielders. Smokovic and Campos are the attacking midfielders. Helio and Andrich up top as the strikers. So I got a couple players playing out of position. They're familiar with it, but they're not probably good at it. Fontaine literally just, holy cow. Oh, potential knee injury. That's not good. Well, we'll bring on Fernandez, who is still not happy with me. But you know what? You're here for the long haul. Campos in the crowd, and Andrich is there with a header. Well done. These third uniforms blow my mind. I mean, if you look at the real high-end colors on the team screen, I'll go to it after the game. High-end's home colors are yellow and purple. If you see the intro screen, every color on there is a high-end color, including the Lizards, because their team nickname is Los Lagardos, or the Lizards. And I know I'm saying that wrong, and it's probably the wrong word for lizards. But I'm in the middle of a game, and I can't go wiki it right now. So, but yeah, all the colors on there, the purple, the white. I mean, you go online and you type in, hey, what is this code? Or you can identify the colors, and they'll give you the RGB code and stuff like that. So Heinz colors are white and purple, and somehow we ended up with this black and gold third kit, which leads me to believe it's an FM thing, because 4th Division Spanish football. Oh, Smokovic dispossesses the Tenerife player. Taps it to Andrich. Oh, Alonso. Oh, it was on the line, and he saved it. Wow. Is that Hamayardi? He went to Tenerife. That's right, he did go to Tenerife. Off the crossbar, but somebody is there to put it in. It says it was an own goal by Ndiaye. I don't know what happened there. Let's see this in the 3D. Campos sends it in. Helio heads it off the crossbar, and then it comes down and hits Ndiaye on the head and goes into the goal. That's just bad luck. 7 shots, 5 on target for us. 6 shots, 2 on target for them. An own goal and an Andrich header gives us the lead. We'll have to check out Yardy and see how he's been doing. The fact he's still in La Liga 2 tells me kind of how he's been doing, but... Oh, Helio steps in front of the ball. Over to Cordonovas. Back to Helio. Cordonovas. Out to Sirac. Smokovic in the box. Helio. Oh, knocked away. It was surrounded by 3 Tenerife players. We're coming up on 60 minutes. We're going to bring on Delavabor for Sirac. We're going to bring on Picone for Luccheba. Where's Piccione? Yeah, it's Piccione. He's Italian. Campos bounces it off a Tenerife player. Andrews runs it down and gets it back out to Nunez, to Cordonovas. Back to Campos. Cordonovas. Fernandez, top of the box. Back to Cordonovas. Fernandez. Cordonovas. Up into space. Andrich is there, and he beats the keeper to the ball. His 17th goal of this season. Wow. He's been a find. I brought him on his depth, and he's pretty much been... the Tenerife keeper was absolutely lackadaisical on the ball there. I brought him in as a backup, but then Smokovic started... No, that was Traore who started the season injured. Last season. Why did I start him? I'll be honest, I'd have to go back and look. It's been a couple days since I fired the game up. I was taking a break after all that recording I did. But anywho, Smokovic in the box to Helio. Back to Smokovic. Oh, Alonso, a very nice save off the Andrich strike. We are going to get Helio off. Except I can't because I've already made 3 substitutions. Believe it. Corner kick. Gomez sends it in for Tenerife. And Van Berkel, a very nice stop. Long pass to Campos, all alone on the right. Drives forward. In the box. Oh, right at Alonso. Van Berkel, Cordonovas. Out to Campos again. Drives forward again. In the box. Takes the shot off Alonso and barely misses the post before going outside. Corner kick for Campos. Andrich heads it over the crossbar. We've been dominating this match. 18 shots, 11 on target. Cordonovas to Fernandez. Diagne. Up to Campos. To Andrich. Gets by the one defender. He's got help. You should have passed it. Campos, this is probably the last play of the game. Munoz knocks away. Diagne in the box. Back to Campos, who bounces it off a Tenerife player. Helio is there and puts it away for his own 17th goal of the season. Nice header by Helio in a crowd. Well, it wasn't crowded, but you have the number 2 player all over him. That was well done, fellas. 20 shots, 13 on target. The big question is, what happened to Elliot Fontaine? Let's check out Hamid Yardi here real quick. 15 starts, 3 goals, an assist. 36 and 9, 41 and 10. That's not too bad. So what happened to Fontaine? Six to 7 months. Injured innocuously. I don't know what that means. Yes, he is a capable replacement for Fontaine, but A, he is wanting too much money, and B, he's wanting too much salary. Our highest salaried player is $39,000 a week, and that's Magic Shack. So who is Fontaine's replacement? Singshire. We got the 4th round draw coming up. We'll get to that, and then we're playing Valencia. Although, if the 4th round is like 3 days after Valencia, we'll skip Valencia and go to the 4th round match. So this season's a little bit off because of World Cup. So, which reminds me, I should probably... Can we look that up right now? FIFA World Cup. Helps if I click on it. Portugal beat Italy 2-1. Argentina played 3rd. No, Argentina won in 22. Okay, so Portugal beat Italy. We'll go back. Serbia beat England for 3rd place. Italy beat England in extra time. Portugal beat Serbia. USA made it all the way to the quarterfinals before getting thrashed by Serbia. Any other surprises, really? No, USA in the quarterfinals. That's about it. Italy needing extra time to get by Scotland was interesting. Germany needed extra time to get by Ukraine as well. Denmark beat Ecuador on penalty kicks. Argentina needed extra time to get by Bulgaria, but then they ran into Spain. England beat France 1-0. They beat Spain 1-0. USA beat Brazil. Wow. Jack Harrison with a goal. Josh Sargent with a brace of goals. Sargent is playing for AS Monaco. He just went to Monaco for 45 million euros. Left Werder Bremen. Was okay. Who's Jack Harrison? A midfielder playing for Flamengo. 27 million to Flamengo. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. But then they got thrashed by Serbia 4-0. So, who is their coach? Almeida. That's why Burkholder's not coaching him anymore. He resigned from the role. Oh, he resigned. Okay, Burkholder took him to the quarterfinals. 4th round draw today. 16 teams. I'll do this individually here. Almeria is playing us. Fuenlabrada is playing Atletico. Extremadura is playing Real Madrid. Alcorn is playing Villarreal. Malaga is playing Barcelona. Espanyol is playing Sevilla. Sociedad is playing Betis. Deportivo is playing Celta Vigo. We're playing Almeria. They were relegated 2 seasons ago, and they finished 7th. Okay, well, the question is, when are we playing them? So we've got Almeria coming up. We'll play Valencia offline, and then we'll come back for this match in just a bit. 4-2 was not a good game for us. Helio had a goal. Charles Lee Mathis had a goal, but despite the fact we had 25 shots, 16 on target, they had 12 and 9, and they were just all over us for most of the game. We were pretty active on the wings in that, but as you can see, they were really active on the wings as well, and their defense really stepped up when they needed to. They dispossessed my players a lot, as you can see, 7-1 and 7-1. Guy had an 8-3. He had 2 assists in addition to the 2 chances created and the 3 key passes. Sharon had a really good game. Sarek went out the 46th minute with a foot injury. He is not exactly match fit and healthy for this match today, so I'm not starting him. A couple more transfer moves to talk about. Martin Matasevic went on loan to Real Sporting, and Danilo Vega went on loan to Vitória de Guimarães. they weren't getting starting time here. Matasevic, I still think he can be a very good striker in the future. 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. He's only 21 years old. He needs playing time. And he's not getting it here, so I sent him out on loan. He is going to be at Real Sporting. They're in La Liga 2. That's a good level of football for him to be playing in. And then on the ends, John Kitolano. One of the things I found with Mahmoud going out, Sirac moving over, then I got Nunez and Dale Vibara, is that I really don't have any other depth after that. I went looking for a solid player, an older player who would be happy here on a fringe player / backup player contract. And John Kitolano fit the bill. Really good defensive left back, accomplished right back, really solid mentally, really solid technically where it counts, really solid physically, except for the jumping reach. But I'm okay with that. He's only 5'6". I mean, he's not going to be in the scrum going up for headers. I picked him up mostly because his mentals were really, really good. His technicals were really, really good where they counted, and he was physically solid. I'm not expecting a huge amount of production from him. I'm expecting him to come in and start a game every once in a while and do a solid job. So today we are playing Almeria in the Copa del Rey 4th round, and then of course we got Madrid and Sevilla right after that. So, fun times. I totally forgot to move my second keeper. I usually don't play with a keeper on the bench. I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've had a keeper injured in a game. And I totally didn't go over the starting lineup. We got Van Broekel in goal, De La Vibara, Lukeba, Diagne, and Nunez as the defensive back four. Sinkshire and Matishak as the midfielders. Mathis and Lemaitre as the attacking midfielders. Helio and Andrich up top as the strikers. Let's do better. Lukeba up to De La Vibara. He sends it up to Sinkshire. Centers it to Matishak. He drives forward, long pass into space. Mathis runs up on the ball and gets it, cuts inside. Dispossessed, but he gets it back. Back to De La Vibara. Cuts outside. Is dispossessed by the defender, but gets it back. Sends it in. Andrich is there and he scores. That was a nice assist by De La Vibara. Dispossessed once, got the ball back, stayed on top of it. Although, to be fair, it looks like he wasn't dispossessed so much as he tried kicking it past the guy and it hit his back foot on accident. Van Berkel with the goal kick. Up to Diagne. Helio's there. Oh, nice first touch. Sends up to space. Andrich is there, and he rounds the keeper and scores. Challenged by Pacheco. I don't know what happened there. Let's see what happens here in the 3D. Look at that first touch by Helio. Just chests it down to his foot, passes it up into space for Andrich to run up on. Pacheco comes out, makes the challenge and misses. Andrich is there to follow it up. 2 goals for him in less than 10 minutes. Well, wait a minute. 12 minutes. Corner kick. De La Vibara sends it in. Lemaitre's there. It's off the crossbar. We've had 2 woodwork hits already, too. Good grief. Corner kick for Almeria. Almeria. No, Almeria. That's what we're going with. Pacheco kicks it away. Nunez. Dispossessed. Saul ends up with the ball. Uribe. Gets it over to Vada. Oh, long pass in space for Gleam, who was between the defenders. And, he pushed it wide left. Oh, he's going to hate himself for that. That was a wide open goal, and he absolutely missed it. We've had 8 shots, 3 on target, they're 7 and 4. We've also had 2 woodwork hits. Andrich has 2 goals and a yellow card. Uribe on the throw-in to Vada. Back to Uribe. To Saul. Centers it. Andy's there, but it's knocked away by De La Vibara. Dispossessed by Sinkshire. He passes it up for Helio. Taps it past the defender. 1-on-1 with the keeper. And he tries rounding him. Andrich gets the ball back. He tries singing it in. It's knocked away by Guevara. Sends it up to Saul. And the highlight ends. 65 minutes in. We're going to make a couple changes here. We're going to get De La Vibara off. Yes, he's having a really good game, but I also need him to have a really good game for us against Madrid. Well, yeah. Andrich is on 2 goals. Do we leave him on for the hat trick? We'll leave Andrich on to try and get the hat trick. We're going to get Mathis off and bring on Smilkovic. Oh, Alberto stepped in front of the sink jar. Got over to Vada. Back to Diusi. Alberto. Diusi. To Vada. To Alberto. To Vada. Long pass towards Andy on the right. He's got help. Romero is there. Baseline. Crosses it up to Andy. Alberto. Corner of the box. Vada. Oh, what a shot by Diusi. Top of the D, and he absolutely blasted it in. Just one shot it past a diving Van Berkel. I can't fault Van Berkel for that. He did what he could. Diagne to Lemaitre. Dispossessed by Saul. Dude. Andy. Challenged. Holds it up. Back to Saul. He cuts inside. Drives forward. Takes the shot, but he pushes it wide right. We're going to get Lemaitre off and bring on Campos. Vada from outside the box sends it in the crowd. Knocked away, but Guevara's going to run it down. Dispossessed by Smilkovic. Up to Eindrich. He taps it over to Helio. In a crowd. Takes the shot right at Pacheco. Nunez. Free kick. Up to Andrich. Nice first touch. And Pacheco with another nice save. Five minutes of extra time. Campos on the corner kick. And Pacheco, a nice save again. Wow, we escape with a win. Benjamin Andrich, a brace of goals in the first half. And in the second half, we really kind of did not do good things. Got the transfer window coming to a close here. We will praise Andrich. We'll get to the 5th round draw here. One of the things I love about my new assistant coach is he's really good with the media. So I just gave him all the press conferences, except I do the ones where the new players sign, introducing the new players to the press and stuff like that. Because if you talk them up, they tend to feel better about themselves. See, if he wasn't Argentinian, I would take a serious look at him. But I've already got 3 non-European players. But we'll keep on scouting him just in case. Don't need a 24-year-old striker or a 25-year-old midfielder. Definitely not a 30-year-old center back. Got to set up my training. We'll do that after the draw. Okay. Any surprise teams still left? No, they all look like La Liga teams. Atletico is playing us. Real Madrid is playing Villarreal. Sevilla is playing Barcelona. And Real Betis is playing Deportivo. Still a couple more days left in the transfer window. Still a couple players who might move on. One of them for big money. Not a lot I can do about it. They met his release clause. And it was one of those cases where he didn't want to accept a new contract. And I didn't want to give him a new contract because he was already earning a decent amount of money. That said, couple credible results. The one result that really kind of sucks, you guys didn't watch, a 4-2 against Valencia and the 3-0 against Celta Vigo are just not a good sign of things to come, especially we got Madrid, then we got Atletico, then we got Sevilla and Real Sociedad. I'll do Madrid. We'll do Atletico and maybe a transfer window roundup that episode. So in 22 matches played, our 43 goals scored, our 3rd highest. Our 32 goals allowed, our 11th best. 44 yellow cards, our 3rd highest. We got 1 red card. Our attendance isn't too bad. Andrich leads us with 19 goals. Helio, a 7.58 rating. Nunez and Helio, each with 8 assists. Andrich, 7 players in the match awards. Diagne, 9 yellow cards. And Barcelona finally lost a game to Valencia. Wow, that is an upset. So we're currently tied for 3rd on 41 points. We're 4 points ahead of Sociedad. We're tied with Levante, and Barcelona's 14 points ahead of everybody. So as long as we keep up this particular, so what I'm looking for, performance, we'll be okay. If we end up in Europa League football again next year, we end up in Europa League football again next year. I'm okay with that. I really am. But it's European football or bust for us. So that's where we're headed. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM20, and I thank you